G'day cocktail lovers. I see a lot of my cocktail friends in the Northern Hemisphere talking about their favourite fall cocktails at the moment. I get that people regard drinks as seasonal, but sort of bright, fruity, icy drinks in summer, and the more stirred down and darker spirit ones in autumn/fall/winter. I get it. I tend to just do whatever, whenever, but you know, celebrating seasonal things is not bad. And even though I'm coming into spring, some weirdly cool weather this week. Today in particular was rainy and gloomy. May as well have been autumn. I had in mind, I'll do something for everyone looking for an autumn or a fall drink, and what actually spurred this off was the milk clarified cocktail I made recently. I'll put a link at the end of the video to this so you know what I'm talking about, but there's a recently discovered new way to do milk clarification with no acid or no citrus juice. It involves using powdered milk, and you could use powdered dairy milk, powdered coconut milk. I tried both. Both were pretty impressive with an old-fashioned, but I had a bunch of the leftover coconut milk that was used in this process, and it just kind of wants to separate. And I thought, I'm going to make some cream of coconut with this, which is basically adding sugar, and I thought that might hold together, but I see it trying to separate in the fridge. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use it up. But because I toasted the powdered coconut milk before reconstituting it, it was very brown. It made for a very chocolate milk looking coconut milk, and very much so with the cream of coconut was also a very chocolatey brown. And I thought, well, that's already quite weird compared to normal cream of coconut, and I thought I will make an autumn version of a Pina Colada because I've already got a very different cream of coconut there. Rather than using the lighter rum you would normally use in a Pina Colada, I'm going to use a fairly robust one. This is actually my newest rum. It's from a nearby distillery called Jimmy Rum. They call it Rum Rum, and there is, to my mind, a bit of a funny story with that. The distillery's been open for a few years. To meet the definitions of rum, of course rum has to be aged for a certain number of years, but they wanted to release product. So they were releasing their distillate, which it was cane spirit. It didn't meet the definition of rum, but you know, it's rum adjacent, it's just not aged. Their silver is particularly good, and they aged it for a while in a barrel, which they just called oaked, because neither of those were actually meeting the definition of rum. But kind of cheeky, the business is called Jimmy Rum, so it's obvious what they're putting in the bottle. They did also import rums from the Caribbean and do their own blend and release that, and that was really good as well. But this was their first fully fledged rum they distilled themselves, so it's like, this is not our cane spirit, this is rum rum. It's also 50% ABV, 100 proof, so it's going to be a bit of a kick in this Pina Colada. And I thought to really bring up those flavours that get associated with autumn, some cooking spices, I'm going to put some pimento dram, also known as allspice dram, in there. And the rest is going to be just the little fruit touches that is standard with a Pina Colada. So here's how we're making it. In our shaker, putting 2 ounces or 60 mils of the rum. Then I'm putting half an ounce or 15 mils of the pimento dram. Then I'm putting 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of fresh pineapple juice in there. Then I'm adding half an ounce or 15 mils of lime juice. And finally, I'm just going to chuck in my leftover toasted cream of coconut. It's about 2.5 ounces going in there. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for about 15 to 20 seconds to make sure that cream of coconut's really integrated in there. And then I'm doing a dirty dump into my favourite tiki goblet. And unusually for me, I have some pineapple fronds on hand, so I'm using those for a garnish. I actually bought a little pineapple today that had the fronds, so I've got the garnish, and it was a very fresh pineapple juice. I also made a pineapple syrup with the pulp that was left after I juiced it, so I'm also making some tepache, using every part of the good old pineapple, several parts of it more than once. But my autumn Pina Colada, time for a taste. Those are beautiful, rich flavours, and you would not necessarily go in a blind taste test that this was a Pina Colada. It's changed it enough that it really is its own thing. It's really good. I think I'll use my straw rather than get those fronds up my nose from now on. So yeah, if you're looking for a fun drink that goes in with the autumn weather, try this. And as I said, there should be a link right about now to the old-fashioned with the powdered milk that'll tell you how I got to that toasted cream of coconut. So watch that as well, and I hope to see you again soon. Until such time as I do, I will just say cheers.